Hey there, Chiefs Kingdom. Happy Monday here on the Chiefs Report. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. I am your host, Harrison Graham, and we got some news to get you caught up on. Obviously, all eyes on Patrick Mahomes as we gear up for the AFC Championship game. So let's go ahead and start there. We do have a Mahomes injury update from Andy Reid. He, of course, has a high ankle sprain, and MRI confirmed that on Monday. Andy Reid did say here MRI on Sunday confirmed that. Andy Reid on Monday said that he will play this Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's what Reid had to say earlier today. He said he's worked hard on the treatment and is doing okay. He's done amazing things with limited time. This one, talking about this ankle injury, isn't quite as bad as the 2019 one. And I didn't forget that injury, but I forgot it was a very similar injury. And in 2019, when he had that high ankle issue, he missed 2 full games. Which is why I said after the game, if this was a normal week, he'd probably miss at least a game or two, because a high ankle sprain for the average athlete is like 3 to 6 weeks. Mahomes, he can recover quickly. He's big and physical and young. The rehab can get him back sooner. But I do think if this was a regular season deal, he'd probably miss at least a game, even if Andy Reid is saying it's not quite as bad as the prior one was. I do think in a regular season situation, he would not play this week. But it sounds like he's going to be able to go this Sunday. And just the question is how effective can we expect Patrick Mahomes to be? Can he do the things he normally does, or are there going to have to be major adjustments to the offensive game plan? We'll talk about some of those things coming up here in just a second. But I do want you guys to weigh in on the show here. Fill in the blank. Patrick Mahomes will be blank % healthy against the Bengals. 60%? 70? 80? I think, if you can get him to 80% healthy or more by Sunday, I think you're feeling pretty good about that. That number, I think we could all accept that he's not going to be 100%, but at the same time, the fact that he's going to be able to play is very good. So fill in the blank. Patrick Mahomes will be blank % healthy against the Bengals. Now, Jay Glazer also mentioned on Sunday, and you could take this with a grain of salt. They're not going to come out and say, oh, yeah, his ankle is way worse than expected. But he reported that Mahomes' ankle looked much better than expected, because you're thinking, okay, Saturday, probably got a painkiller shot at halftime. Adrenaline kicks in. You get through that playoff game, but, oh, my God, it's going to be a balloon on Sunday. Well, Glazer said it was better than they thought, and Andy Reid kind of saying today that it's not as bad as 2019 could confirm that a bit, that this injury isn't quite as severe and that he could play through it at a pretty high level. Now, Mahomes against the Jags didn't have a lot of his magical moments, especially after he got rolled up on, but he still played effective football. 22 of 30, 195 yards and 2 touchdowns with no turnovers, and I think that last stat's going to be the key. If you're not going to have the wild volume, big plays, you got to take care of the football. I think the quick passing game will be key. The quick passing attack, shotgun, get the ball out early and on time is going to be critical. And it might even pay to your favor anyway, because we saw Josh Allen in Buffalo, try to do these long, drawn-out passes, and it just wasn't very successful. I think getting the ball out quickly, take the 5 to 7 yards and move on is probably a successful style anyway against a defense like Cincinnati, who's going to drop 7 or 8 into coverage and make you throw into tighter windows. Well, get the ball out quickly before those zone coverages develop. Travis Kelce, that was on full display, right? 14 catches, 98 yards. It's only 7 yards per, but last time I checked, it's 10 yards for a first down. So if you're consistently getting 6 or 7 yards, and not be flashy, it may not be what we're used to with this Chiefs offense, but it's very effective. Obviously, you combine that with the ability to run the football with Isaiah Pacheco's emergence and Jarrett McKinnon being a factor as well. I do think it'll look different on Sunday, but different's okay. That's what great coaches and great players do. They adapt when things pop up, and this will certainly be a challenge for Kansas City, but I still think it is doable to be effective and to win this game. Now, shout out to Magic Spoon for sponsoring today's show. Tons of different flavors, cereals that Magic Spoon offers. Very healthy as well, and you can get $5 off at magicspoon.com/chat. Today's show is sponsored by Magic Spoon, the revolutionary cereal that's changing the game. Say goodbye to sugary processed cereals and hello to delicious, nutritious options that will power you through your day. Magic Spoon is the perfect choice for anyone looking to start the new year off on the right foot. With a variety of flavors to choose from, like cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter, you'll never get bored. And with only 140 calories per serving, it's a guilt-free breakfast option. Here's the best part, though. Magic Spoon is packed with 13 to 14 grams of protein and 0 grams of sugar, making it the perfect choice for those following a keto or gluten-free diet. And with a 100% happiness guarantee, you'll have nothing to lose by giving it a try. So order your own personalized Magic Spoon variety pack today and save $5 by using code CHAT when you go to magicspoon.com/chat, or you can scan the QR code that is on your screen right now. Trust us, you will not regret it. It's magicspoon.com/chat, magicspoon.com/chat, promo code CHAT. Start your day off right with Magic Spoon. That link will be in the comments and in the description of this video. And again, QR code right here works. Scan it with your phone. Boom. You can go ahead and redirect to their website and order it today. It's magicspoon.com/chat. A little bit more on Mahomes here, as James Palmer kind of threw this note out talking about what Andy Reid said it's not as bad as the one in 2019. He's getting treatment. They'll take it day by day. Reid said Mahomes is planning to play. The note I wanted to talk about here was that he's never played without practicing, but it appears that hasn't been ruled out if it ends up being the plan. So Andy Reid's a big preparation guy. It's why he plays his guys in the preseason. He's kind of old school like that. But this is obviously an exception, right? You're not going to you just be like, well, Patrick, if you're not good enough to practice, we're just going to roll with Chad Henne. Like, obviously, if Mahomes is able to give it a go on Sunday, which it sounds like he is, Andy Reid said he's going to play, then, if he doesn't practice, that's okay. Ideally, would you like to get him out there Wednesday or Thursday, at least throw the ball around a bit, just move around a bit, take a few snaps from under center and in shotgun to just test that ankle? Sure, but number one, I think we have to sit here and appreciate the fact that he is undoubtedly going to play is pretty incredible. Most players with the high ankle sprain, I know there's severities, and they're saying this one isn't as bad, would not play the next week. That's just a fact. Then I get it's the playoffs, it's a different situation. Clyde Edwards-Helaire has not played since week 11. He has a high ankle sprain. I'm guessing it's a little bit more severe, but he's been out 2 months, and Mahomes is going to play the next week. He came back in the same game. This guy is just built different. He has a winning mentality. I'm not saying that CEH doesn't. That's unfair to him. But this guy, he was pissed when Reid took him out of the game. He spiked his jacket on the sideline because Andy Reid told him to go get an X-ray. So I think we got to appreciate the competitiveness and the toughness that Mahomes has shown, and that he's going to have to show for one, if not 2 more games, because even if he gets through this game, he won't be 100% for the Super Bowl either, although you would think he'd at least be a little bit more healthy with the extra week off. All right, subscribe to the channel because we're going to have Mahomes injury updates all week long. If there's new developments, setbacks, or positive signs, then we will inform you of that here on the Chiefs Report. Plus, any other Chiefs news and rumors that drop in, we'll monitor other injuries. Could McCole Hardman get healthy enough to play this week? We shall see. I'm a little skeptical there, but you never know. Hit the sub button. We're not going anywhere. Daily coverage leading you guys up to Sunday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Speaking of the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs will host the Bengals for the 2nd straight year at Arrowhead Stadium at this point in the playoffs. It's the rematch we all wanted, right? This is what we wanted. Didn't want to play Buffalo at a neutral site. And listen, Mahomes, as good as he is, and I think he's the best quarterback in football, he is 0-3 against Joe Burrow and the Bengals head-to-head. I think he's beaten the Bengals earlier in his career, but since Burrow's taken over, 0-3. Burrow 3-0 against Mahomes. These head-to-head matchups since last season have been tight, but they've gone in favor of Cincinnati. 27-24, 27-24, 34-31. Listen, you gotta find a way, and obviously the AFC Championship game last year, that OT one, hurts. That one hurts big time. That's a game you were up 21-3 late in the first half, 21-10 at half, and still couldn't get it done. Make no mistake, Cincinnati's legit, number one, and with Mahomes injured, this will be a tall task. Like, this is not, going to be just, well, if the Chiefs show up and play a B game, they're going to win. No, they're probably going to have to play an A game here. Like, Cincinnati has entered that conversation. Last year, people were like, it's this fluky run. The defense played above its head. Burrow, can they do this again? Yeah, they're here, and they're not going anywhere. Like, expect Cincinnati, Kansas City, and Buffalo to be the 3 teams for a while in the AFC. And I think Cincinnati has surpassed Buffalo as they've proven that on the field the past couple of seasons. So you look at this matchup, and it's pretty darn even, man. I think the Chiefs' offense is better, but Mahomes is nicked up, and I think the Bengals' defense is better. So, it's going to take a Superman effort for number 15. You're going to have to see what we saw against Jacksonville, where other units step up. The defense is going to have to step up, but it's one thing to do that against the Jags. It's another thing to do that against Burrow and the Bengals. Like, It's a pick'em game for a reason. And by the way, this game opened at Chiefs -3, and it's already down to a pick'em. I think bettors are saying, Mahomes 70, 75%. I'm going to throw some money on Joe Burrow. So maybe the Chiefs can play that in their favor if they end up being a dog in this game and say, hey, they don't believe we can win this game. That's pretty rare that Andy Reid's had the chance to do that since he's had Mahomes. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this week plays out, how Mahomes hopefully improves with that ankle. But this is going to be a tall task. Some demons need to be slayed on Sunday for Kansas City. So predict the score, Chiefs, Bengals. Who's going to win, and what is the final score going to be? Go ahead and get those predictions down in the comment section below. Chiefs, Bengals, who wins, and what is the final score? And some news that just came in across the waiver wire. Kansas City has cut a player. It is Chris Lammons, Field Yates, hitting us with the report right now. And you would think normally, Chris Lammons, he doesn't do much, special teamer. But don't overlook this, because we could be getting news that maybe Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jody Fortson, who practiced last week and are still on IR, could be activated to fill that roster spot. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next day or two, maybe even find out today if a move has been made. And if that's the case, we'll put a comment down on this video of who they elevated or activated from IR. But Chris Lammons has been cut, and we do know for sure that those other two players have been practicing. So decent chance they will make a move to activate one of them. All right, appreciate everybody for joining us on today's Chiefs Report. We'll continue to hit you guys with the latest news and rumors leading up to the AFC Championship game. I'm Harrison Graham signing off. We'll see you guys soon here on the channel.